What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with me, your boy Iggy. Today, episode 50, so you know what that means. It's time for a world tour. So without further ado, let's get started on this thing because we got a lot to cover today. So we start things off up here on top of the creeper farm, one of the early projects that we did in anticipation of getting our elytra later on. Actually took me a lot longer to get the elytra than I would have originally intended, but we did eventually get it and we got it now. So now we can go ahead and have a quick look at the creeper farm. So it's all covered with the tinted glass, you know, pretty standard design. But I figured while we were flying through the air here, we'll do a little overpass of our little village as of now, our current progress, I should say. But we're going to fly right over this way to our raid farm. So this was a later project. I forget what episode this was in, but it's just a very simple raid farm designed by Logical Geek Boy. And basically, you know, I explained it in the episode, but if you missed it, there's a villager down there in that little box, and that counts as a village. And then there is nothing far enough around except for up there is the only spawnable platform for the raid mob. So basically what we do is we run over to that pillager outpost right there, get the bad omen, and then we come over here and just farm the raids. And the cool thing is we're able to just drop down into the water here once the raid is over and we've got a new bad omen. That will trigger a new raid, and then we just get shot right back up to the top to continue on farming up the raid. So this has been a very helpful farm. Got lots of totems for it, the occasional redstone and emeralds and whatnot. But moving right along, actually over there you can see we've got our coral reef. And that was our first village that we found that we actually looted our original villagers from. So speaking of villagers, next up, we are going to head right over this way to our Crimson Roofed building right here, and that is our villager breeder. So basically what we've got is we've got a nice little powered rail bridge right there that comes over to here where we've got a bunch of villagers saved up. And we used a villager breeder designed by Waddles, where it's manual. You just feed them some food, and then the babies will try to run to the beds, fall down through the trapdoor, get funneled over to the side here, where they will wait right there until they grow up, and their head will get pulled into the water, in which case they then get pulled across and drop down into the adult villager section, where we can go ahead and pull them for whatever we may need them for. So we've got the... down here is you just place a minecart and it'll grab one. And then up here is a dispenser with some water just to push them forward, because sometimes if there's not enough of them in there, the cart will not actually grab one. So that just kind of makes sure that they are positioned appropriately to be picked up by the minecart. So, wasting no time, continuing across the villager bridge, I figured the next thing we would go have a look at is our villager trading hall, because it's just right here. So what we had done was we built a nice little tower, kind of little stone castle-like wall tower section here next to the wall. The original plan was to get this city all built up and then maybe wall it off with the walls, but we haven't really built the city to the point where we can wall it off yet. So that will have to come later, but if we head down, we've got our little drop-through water right here to break our fall. And then this is our villager trading hall. So the villagers drop down or come down right through here. We can convert them into a zombie and then back into a villager to get the discounts. Got our farmers over there, our librarians with all our books over there, stonemasons down there. We've also got some toolsmiths, weaponsmiths, etc. all in there. Cleric for the ender pearls. And then a couple of cartographers that we really don't need that much, but down here is the collection system for our pumpkins and melons, which it looks like I actually need to empty out pretty soon, but project for another day. And then just back here is all of the auto sorter stuff for the pumpkins and the melons. So the pumpkins come down and go to the ones on the right here, and then the melons come down and go into the ones on the left. Got a little enchantment set up right there because the villagers give tons of experience when you trade with them. Over through this door, we've got our carrot and potato farms, as well as our sugarcane right there with some bricks in it. Not sure. Something broke. All right, well, I'm gonna have to look into that. You know what? Let's check that real quick here now. So we'll just go up here and what lost. All right, so we'll take that out and we'll go ahead and re-item filter that. Perfect. All right. Not sure what happened there. I think that poison potato came through and messed it up. Those are actually supposed to go into the chest where they are supposed to hold, because you can't compost the poison potatoes in Java for whatever reason. Pretty strange, but so yeah, and then we've got just some extra storage down here for, you know, the carrots, potatoes, and then the sugar cane. So we've got 2 chests for each. Those actually come through this water stream right here. As you can see, we've got some carrots coming in. It's a nice thing about free cam is you can just hop into this and then you can show things real easy. So it's great for if you're making content. But moving right along, because like I said, if we're going to get all of this into a decent amount of time today, I kind of have to bang through it. No cuts, just straight go, go, go. So I guess next up, we will come over here to one of the other early buildings that we did. And this is the actual pumpkin and melon farm. And then this, like I said, just gets shuttled down into the villager trading hall, because that's where we need the pumpkins and the melons for the trades. There is a second story up here. We will work our way around to the back of that later. There's actually nothing up on the second floor. It's kind of open for a project. If you've got anything cool that might fit up in there, leave me a comment down below, some ideas. Maybe we'll incorporate that. But continuing right along, over here is our grand brick building, which actually contains our sugarcane farm. So half of the sugarcane comes down here for me to use for rockets and stuff like that. So we've got quite a bit. And then the other half on this side, because we've got 2 modules, actually goes down to the villager trading hall. So we can convert it into paper to trade with the librarians and I believe the cartographers. Up here, we've got our little cow farm that actually needs to be cleaned out. So it's a looting cow farm for leather and the like. You can see we've got quite a bit of leather stocked up and quite a bit of raw beef, which I really have no use for now that we've got the villagers and the golden carrots. A lot of space left in here. I am thinking at some point of maybe putting a villager-powered wheat farm up in the top portion there. I think that could be a good way to get some hay bales and just kind of keep this thing stocked for the cow farm. We come down out this door. We've got a nice little staircase down, and this actually leads to the second floor of the melon and pumpkin farm we were just talking about. So in here is just a big empty room. I guess this could also work as the wheat farm, but if possible, I'd really prefer to try to get it into there. We'll just have to think about it and see what ends up working out best for us. And it's starting to get a little dark here, so we'll just go ahead and get get the bed ready. So yeah, as you can see, all the paths are all done up. I decided to go with the cobblestone, mossy cobblestone, and the gravel for the paths in this particular city. I think it just kind of gives it that more kind of natural forest village vibe. Let's go ahead and sleep here real quick. But yeah, tried to keep next to the paths as detailed as possible and tried to touch as many blocks as possible, as I like to say. So we've got, you know, the little moss carpets, moss blocks mixing with the grass to kind of give it some alternate color tones and whatnot. Got some little grass bits and buttons to look like stones, things like that. You know, little bushes over here, some flowers, all that good stuff. You know, we'll probably, I guess we'll go ahead and look at these inside these buildings right now, starting at the end over here. So from the outside, we've got our little connected building with our guard tower right there, and then just kind of a little building right here. Inside of this one is just a decorative little, you know, interior. Just kind of made it look like it was actually lived in by somebody. You know, we've got the little wither poster, little amethyst cluster right there. Just, you know, basic decoration. Sea pickles are a great decoration. But moving right along, if we continue over this way, we actually have the bakery, which we can go ahead and come into here. Nice and cozy, quaint little bakery. We go up the stairs. Got a little kitchen for the baker and baker's family. And then if we come up to the top, we've got the little bedroom, you know, desks, some bookshelves, all that fun stuff. Just to try to make it, you know, as accurate as possible to what like a real house would be with what we have available to us in Minecraft. And as you may have noticed, there are no torches out here. I try to do either hidden lighting or lanterns for everything just to keep it tidy, if you will. So this building right here is our automatic potato and carrot farm. So as you can see right here, there is our carrot farmer. If we come over to this window, if we can see in one, there is our potato farmer right there. And then they actually give all of their stuff to this guy right here in the middle. So that works out pretty good. It's a nice little backup supply of stuff that we can trade to the villagers over there in the trading hall for more emeralds. So out here, we've got just a little walk-up area for the bakery. And then we kind of come around. We've got this nice little alleyway back here. It's pretty happy with this. I really like how the tall portions of the buildings kind of make you feel closed in. Over on this side, this is that same little house with the decorations in it. Over here, this is our moss farm building, or our bone meal farm as well. So right up here, we've got our big moss farm. I actually have it turned off right now because it has a habit of breaking if you get out of the render distance of it, but that is completely okay. It does produce quite a bit of bone meal and quite a bit of moss. We've got 2 double chests full, tons of moss carpets, quite a few of the bushes, the flowering bushes, and then just more bone meal from all the extra like moss that does not go into that chest. It's sent along into the composter and down into that chest right there. Moving right along, because like I said, we were in a hurry trying to get all this done today. Over here is our... Well, actually, there's a few farms in here. So this building, we'll hop into free cam real quick. Oh, we're in a tree. So this large structure right here is our iron farms, which are up in the 2 towers right there. You may notice the glass. If you remember, that was because the iron golems kept spawning outside because I kind of messed it up a little bit, but you don't really see that from the bottom, so that's completely okay with me. Coming right in here, we've got our automatic wool farm with all the different colors. So, you know, pretty standard stuff. Sheep eat the grass, grass block changes, observer sees it, triggers the dispenser with the shears, sheep get sheared, and then all of the drops go down below. Over on the sides here, we've got a little access way so we can refill the dispensers with more shears should we need them. And then it's the same thing over on that side. Coming down to the bottom, you know, up here we've just got hopper mine carts above the hoppers that pick up the wool and send them down into our chests. Got some little extra chests right here that once these fill up, we can just put the stuff in shulker boxes, stuff them down into the barrels down below. Moving right along, this is one of the buildings that actually has a relatively full interior. So if we come around this corner, this is the collection system for our various honey bottles and honeycomb farms, which are powered by the dual honey bottle honeycomb farm shown right there. So basically it just kind of things cycle through. So if it can do the bottle or the shears, it will. If not, they will just pass through into the hoppers and continue their way along. And then back here is just, you know, all the redstone for that. Just so we can access it, refill the dispensers so we can get more bottles in there or more shears, whatever we may need. Coming around to the sides here, it's just another door for the other side of the honey farm. In here, this is actually where I store a lot of the iron after I clean out the chest, which I actually probably need to do here pretty soon, thinking about it. But that's okay. We come through here. This is just that staircase right there in front of the honey farm collection system. Up here, I thought would be a good place to store more of the wool once we fill up down below. So that's kind of just making use of the space that we had. You know, when you get these extra little corridors, it kind of helps to just find something you can put in there that relates to the farms nearby and take full use of that. So, and then again on the other side, it's just the other side of the iron farm. So it's actually a dual iron farm, again, designed by Logical Geek Boy, where it's got 3 villagers on one side, 3 villagers on the other side. They see the zombie right there. Iron golems spawn up there, get killed by the lava. Drops go into the chests. I may actually make a hopper chain with the chests and bring that all the way down here so it's easier to empty, but for the time being, it's fine. It works good enough. You know, we've got plenty of iron. Won't be running out of that anytime soon. Go ahead and close these doors so it stays looking nice in here. We come down this way and we've just got some empty rooms that I have not done anything with just yet. So Again, if you've got an idea for something that would fit in here that we don't already have, love to hear your ideas in the comments down below. So who knows? Maybe you'll get a shout out. We can name the farm after you or something. We'll figure it out. Oh, want that back. All right, and then that was just to go upstairs with the honey farm, so we can come back down. We have finished up this building. Yeah, definitely like the way this one came out. Kind of on the fence about the copper, but since we don't have prismarine yet, man, we're stuck with it, so it is what it is. Down here, we've got our fancy lake that we built a little while ago. This was a really fun project, probably one of my favorite things I've done in this world so far. It's just really a whole vibe, you know, the mood that it sets is just, can't get enough of it. But in here, we've got our little guard tower that comes right on up. And then if you climb these stairs here, it just comes up into the top where, you know, you can look out the little windows and get a view of the lake or the ocean. Eventually, we'll probably have a church up there. And then you can see the farms right there, the rest of the city. Got some decorations. These were meant to be like water jugs, and those are supposed to be like the little pour spouts for the staff up here. Coming down, we've got a little hallway, a little seating area. And then this just goes down into this building, just kind of decorated, you know, part of the guards' quarters. But if we move up in here, we've got a whole bunch of farms. So we've got our fern farm, and then we've got our glow lichen farm. And then right here is our drip leaf farm. And then the fern farm was kind of big, kind of ugly, kind of hard to hide. So I did the best that I could. It is what it is. I'm happy with it. Down here, hanging root farm. And then up there is our cocoa bean farm. So that one's manual, but the rest of these are automatic. You know, you can just sit here and it'll do its thing. So these are all very helpful to have if you're into, you know, building or terraforming, things like that. Just really makes life a lot easier to have those little farms. And the best part is they all have small footprints, so they fit really easy into the little room that we've got up there, which is actually, come over here. The second story of this little house right there has the farms in it, so you actually enter from up there as opposed to down here. Over here, we don't really have a whole lot yet. That's just where we kind of keep our extra sheep, extra cows. Looks like a horse got in there. Over here, we've got an ocelot that we had captured that I had totally forgotten with until this exact moment. So we'll have to do something with this guy at some point. But then there's just, you know, some little farms back here behind the back door of the moss farm. And then right there is the potato and carrot farm. So that's where we are at. From aerial view, you can kind of see over here. So there's the stone building. That's the pumpkin and melon farm right in that one. That is our little villager trading hall entrance, which is down below. Carrots, potatoes, bakery, all of our little tiny plant farms, drip leaf, etc. And then the guard tower right there is our moss farm building, and then the iron farms and all that good stuff. So, moving right along, looks like we've almost gone through another whole Minecraft day. So that means that, you know, definitely taking quite a bit of time, even with me kind of powering through this. But so over here, you know what, we'll go to the starter house first. So this is the back of the starter house. I actually got sick of going around to the front door, so I made a little stair entrance right here. And then there's a water column that goes up, a hole to drop down so we can easily get out, because I keep doing that. Because our storage is up there, but we will see it from the front. But we are going to go ahead and sleep again. Put that back. So yeah, we did lots of stuff with the little lake here. I can't wait for that mud in the new update. That's going to be fantastic for stuff like this. I'm super excited to work some of that in. But in the meantime, we just kind of made do with what we had with the coarse dirt, soul soil, path blocks, podzol, you know, and then just like the little sugar canes, lily pads, all that good stuff. You know, this was all a custom pond, so I did my best to make it look like, you know, the actual rivers and stuff in Minecraft with the clay and the sand. I think it came out good. You know, I'm happy with it. But the path here continues around, and basically it does not go anywhere yet. I was thinking at some point maybe having some more townhouses right here in front of the church, which is going to be up on that hill where the bamboo is right there. think that could be very cool and help kind of fill out this area. And that way we could build stuff up on the hills and get little paths and all that fun stuff in there. As you can see, there is the creeper farm, not far at all from the base. So it's just right there. And I guess now that we got the elytra, we can actually technically knock out all that scaffolding because we really don't need that anymore. But yeah, for the time being, no big deal. So this was the starter house. I don't remember what episode I did it on, but it was pretty late for a starter house, and it is also pretty large for a starter house. It is also pretty undecorated because it's still kind of serving as a general purpose building. I don't really, eventually once we actually build like a storage building or something of that nature, we can move all of this stuff and actually like put an interior in here, maybe make like a tavern or an inn or something like that. But we've got our crappy little smelter system right there. Just some various workstations. This is where I keep all of my like horse stuff, saddles, you know, leads, stuff like that. This one's just a bunch of rockets that I totally forgot were in there. So that's good to know. Over here's all of our axolotls. So a breeding pair of each color, except for the ones you cannot find, the blue ones, which don't spawn in the wild. Another project that I totally forgot about that we'll have to do something with pretty soon here. Maybe we'll do some ocean projects coming up here soon. Take out some ocean monuments and do some axolotl stuff. That could be a lot of fun. But we've got all of our valuables chests right there. Redstone, all that good stuff. Mine carts. Come up the stairs. There's a little just bucket of water. Never helps, or never hurts to have a easy water source right there that's renewable. This floor has absolutely nothing on it except for the water elevators to go up and down from the next floor, which is actually our storage building or storage room, I guess. So all of our mob drops, miscellaneous stuff over there, woods and your basic stones over here. Over here we've got all of our like dirt, sandstone, clay, gravel, coarse dirt, podzol, rooted dirt, sand, red sand, glass, and then plants, more plants, miscellaneous blocks like quartz, dripstone, coral, a whole bunch of amethyst shards because I kept running out trying to do the tinted glass up there for the creeper farm. That's all tinted glass, so I wouldn't have to have a massive, like, flat, just ugliness on top of that. So yeah, we were able to skip the big platform for the light by just enclosing it in the tinted glass. Looks a little bit better. Over here, we've got our diorite, or our granite bricks, diorite, calcite, andesite, and tuft. So our kind of secondary stone blocks. Over here, we've got our nether stuff, some of the end stuff. You know, kind of just a whole smorgasbord. This is why we need to get a new storage building, because this is kind of not the best. But we've got our blue ice and packed ice, both of which we got from the wandering trader. However, out there, we did find a cold biome that we can go to at some point and farm up some of the regular ice. It's great for making water sources, all that fun stuff. These chests right here, you will see on the next floor what those are for. And all of those are actually for the stone generator. So basically things drop down into these chests, which then drop them down into these chests. I do need to redo the hopper lines on these so they go forward so I can AFK here. With Tweakaroo, it's a mod. You can actually have it set so when a tool is about to run out, it will replace it with another one in your inventory. So spent a lot of time getting all of these diamond pickaxes made to farm stone AFK. So basically you just fill your inventory with those, and then you just do the refresh the data pack, or not the data pack, the texture pack. I think it's F3 and T, and then that will make it so you're just auto mining, and then as your tools break, it will auto swap them into your hand, and then you don't lose any tools. So you can just AFK and get tons of stone, which is very nice. So we got our beacon right there, our original nether wart farm right here, dinky little thing. We got our vine farm, pretty makeshift. We'll have to do a better one at some point. And then our dripstone farm right here. Again, something that we could probably do a lot better with. I just kind of crammed all my temporary farms up here in the attic because we had a lot of space and it seemed like a good place to put them. Moving right up, This is another entrance, the one that I actually use quite a bit now with the elytra. I just land here, and then you can just go down, drop through this hole, and you are at the storage room. And then if you need to get out, you can either drop down there, and that will take you right out, or you can fly out of the windows, which is we're actually just going to hop out the window. So over here, we have our most recent builds, which are the townhouses. So we've got the first one, the second one, and the third one. We'll hop in a free cam, get a better look at it. You guys remember the whole reason that we built these was to fill the sight line from if you're down here walking, to make it feel like you're really, you know, in a city. You know, pretty good. We got the little balconies on the end too, kind of cool, and just some overgrown little bits right there, just to kind of make it feel a little older, you know. But in our far left and most recent one, we have our nether tree farm. So basically you just plant your nether tree right there with the stuff from the barrels right here. So crimson, warped, and then depending on how tall the tree grows, you climb up the scaffolding and then jump down onto the tree and just mine it up with, or mine all of like the wart blocks with the hoe right there, and then just use your axe to clean those up and stuff all the stuff down here in the little bottom chests, or barrels, I should say. Oh, all right. So the next townhouse, which was actually our first one, you can see our little workstation right there. This one does not have a whole lot in it. It's kind of got all of our shulkers that we are using to build the other townhouses. So, you know, just deep slate, various nether woods, calcite, andesite, stone, path blocks, wood, more wood stuff, decorative blocks, and then terraforming, like plants and stuff. So we got all that in there. Little door over there to the next one that we will check out after this one. But if you come up the stairs, did a little bit of an interior in here. It's not finished, but definitely got room for activities. So that'll be something we can think about putting in up here later. This is our XP crafted, designed, automatic sea pickle farm. So basically those sea pickles grow onto this other piece of coral right here, which gets slid back and forth. And then the hopper minecart right there picks up all the stuff, goes into the hopper, goes into the chest. So pretty sweet. Up here, we have got our lava farm, which actually needs to be emptied out. My inventory is a little full, so I'm not going to do that right now. But what we can do is just get rid of that, because I don't have any use for those. It's pretty basic, just dripstone, you know. Super nice having a renewable source of lava in the newer updates. And I do have fire spread off in this world, so I don't have to worry about the ceiling catching on fire and the whole place burning down, because that would be just catastrophic. But as we move right along, since we don't have any nether farms set up yet, we do need to build a gold farm at some point. So that's definitely something that I'm aware of and have planned for the future. But coming over into our last building of the... Oh, actually not the last building. So, or not the last thing. Last building, not the last thing. So in the last building here, the second townhouse, we have our nether wart farm, which clearly needs to be harvested. Basically, you just mine it up with fortune, stick it into the hopper line right there, which will take it downstairs. It all gets collected down in here around the corner, so it will fill up all of these chests. One full harvest of the place gives about 18 stacks of the nether wart. And the reason we need so much is because I want to start using red nether bricks for the roofs for some of these builds. But as you can see, it's just a huge multiple story nether wart farm. Goes all the way up here. We got another floor completely full. Again, more hoppers back there so we can send everything down. So you basically harvest it all, replant the level, drop the rest in there. It goes down, and then you come up to the next one, harvest it all, drop it in there, it goes down. And then there's one more floor up at the top, which I guess we'll just have a quick look at, because why not? It's kind of tiny, but it's free space. You know, I want to make sure that we got everything filled. So moving right along. Looks like it's about time to sleep again. So we'll do that once we get down to the bottom floor here. Yeah, we've got tons of nether wart. More nether wart than we probably ever need, but that's a good thing. So we'll go ahead and sleep yet again. Alrighty, and then the last thing that we have to look at today is actually just across this little field over here. So we'll just fly to make it quick because I know this is already getting to be a bit of a lengthy episode for a world tour. And you just drop down into this one. This was our very first spider farm. So this was our early game source of experience. That's why originally the enchanting table was down here. I just got some smelters now, so I smelt some stuff up while we're farming spiders, but down there leads to our strip mine. But if you follow this tunnel right here, it will actually take you to our double geode, which is right at the end of this corridor. Not too far away. I do AFK in here from time to time just to let it all grow. It's we'll probably say another AFK session and a harvest, but yeah, this was actually 2 geodes. We got everything all cleared out. With just the scaffolding that's here, you're pretty much able to reach almost all of the different budding amethyst blocks to harvest up all of the different, or between the scaffolding and like the random dirt kind of parkour around. But yeah, we get tons of amethyst from this thing. So this has been pretty helpful. And then as I like harvested, I just stick it in the chest for the time being and then collect it all and go home. But yeah, that is the entire world. So let's go back up to the surface here real quick. I will meet you there and we will do a quick flyover just to see how things are progressing. So I will see you up top. All right, to the surface, and then we can just go ahead and hit the flight. So yeah, there is our little city as it stands as of right now. Definitely got a lot that we still need to do because eventually I would like to fill this whole little plains biome right here. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the progress that we've made thus far. You know, we're pretty established to start working on some of the larger projects here coming up, which I am very excited to do now that we've, you know, made it 50 episodes in. Yeah, pretty proud of how this world's come out so far. I mean, I would say it's probably my second favorite world that I've done, with my very first video being the original world tour for my 1.16, probably being my favorite. That's just because I got a lot farther in that one than I did on this one. But yeah, Nether portal's right there. Like I said, Nether, we don't really have a fancy Nether hub or travel anywhere in the Nether as of right now because everything's so close. I mean, we've got jungles there. Desert and mesa over there. We've got cold stuff not that far over there, and then there's like so many ocean monuments over in that area. But yeah, I think that's everything to cover for today. That actually, man, for me that flew by, but I don't know how it'll be for you guys. But as always, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you're notified every time a new video comes out, because we got lots of cool projects coming up in the future. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video and hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.